Wow. That was exciting. Man, got to get it all out of me. My name is Danial Cascardo, and I'm a visual artist, very antsy visual artist right now. Today I want to talk to you about a program that I call the Art Action Experience. And first I'm going to tell you a little story. It kind of relates to some of the speakers that were before me. I was teaching a cartoon class for children in Chicago at the Chicago Children's Museum. And I was working with a group of first graders, and their assignment was to come up with cartoon characters from their imagination. Well, I gave them a piece of paper and a pencil, and they, oh, you know what, I have to flip the slides. Let's see where we're at here. There's the Art Action Experience. You guys seen all this already, I hope? And that's a famous quote. There we go. No. So I'm at the Chicago Children's Museum teaching the kids how to create cartoons. Let's go. Well, they created things from their imagination. Well, the first graders had this innovative, spontaneous creativity. So they would come up with things that, princesses and rock characters and superheroes like Captain Plunger and the flying toilet arriving its way to Planet Poo Poo Butt. They were hilarious, they were fun, they were imaginative. Well, I also taught the older students, and what happened around the age of 8, 9 years old, third grade, they developed this fear, and the fear translated into their work. So instead of putting images from corner to corner on the paper, they just came up with one or two, and they would erase it, and they would say, I don't know what to do. What do you want me to do? And so I noticed that they were more concerned with the outside than expressing themselves from the inside. They had a fear of what other people would say and what I would think about their work. So through this program that I call the Art Action Experience, and lucky I did this on stage because it's all about this, I found a way to tap into that childhood creativity. And what I do is I create a black and white painting in real time to the rhythm of music, usually CD or live music, percussionists, violinists, orchestra. Sometimes I have interpretive dancers walking around to set the atmosphere for a creative environment. And once the line drawing is completed, I invite people to come in and add color, pattern, and shape to the image. So what I find is that they have the opportunity to express themselves individually in a collaborative process. And the results are amazing. There's always somebody in the crowd that's just sitting there and just saying, I can't do it. I'm not an artist. I can't even draw a stick figure. And those are the people that are, back in the third grade getting the fear of the outside. They're not looking inside to the creative spirit that they have. So I invite them to just take an area and add a little bit of color to it, add just the solid red, blue, yellow. And then as they get into it, and they pick up on the energy of the moment, they continue to create pieces that are unbelievable. And sometimes they're hard to pull away from the project. It's like, come on, get out. They just get too much involved with it. Well, this slide that you see, it shows a butterfly that somebody did. And she had such an imaginative spirit, and you guys can imagine, just put it in your head. She did a butterfly with a skeletal structure on one side, and it had depth and creativity and color in it. It was very, very impressive. She was back in the first grade. She went to that playground where imagination and creativity are fostered. I worked with groups in the corporate environment, CVS and their employees. And I worked with a group called EcoStore USA, their environmentally friendly company. And they created an image that showed their product going into the environment and was safe for the sea. I used a lot of birds and fish in my work, but they showed it going into the environment. And the kids and the employees were so engaged in the process. And it was nice to see how they took ownership when they had the unveiling at their corporate headquarters. There's many possibilities with the Art Action Experience. You can work on canvas, paper, wood, or three-dimensional surface. I worked with a group of kids in Detroit where I painted a car in real time, and then they came in and just put their colors, pattern, shapes, and they were just so excited about it. It ended up in the Woodward Dream Cruise. And so, and on TV, and and then what they did is they took that piece and they sold it and it went to their charity. So the possibilities are endless with it. But I also worked with kids that had physical disabilities. And there's a group of girls that I worked with from autistic school in Detroit. And it's really sad because what they created, and I wish you could see it, was just amazing. They had a little bit harder time working with paint and brush, the control factor of it. So they used colored tissue paper and glue. And they were able to put the colors in the area that they worked with. And to see what they felt after this was completed was just amazing. I mean, they never have done this before. They worked with individual projects, but they've never done a collaborative project. And to have that hang in their school was just amazing because they're, in a high school and they weren't art students. And they were able to come off and put that off. I even worked with blind kids, and it's like, asking a visual artist to teach blind kids, what do I do? But they actually taught me that art is about feeling, it could be about texture and surface, smooth or rough. And so I learned from that experience, and I always learn from whoever I'm working with. But I look around in Flint, and there's many empty canvases, many opportunities for people to get together and collaborate on an art action experience. It doesn't take much to get involved in a project like this. Just, there is funding involved, but we try to get sponsorship on it. But once it's set in place, you saw how this was kind of put together in a couple minutes. With a little bit more time, we were able to really do something dramatic, and the finished piece can be cut up and framed that way. Now let's see with my train of thought here, where was I? Where am I? I think that's, if you want to learn more about the art action experience, you can go to danialcascardo.com. And what I'm going to do today is Danial Cascardo, is Daniel Cascardo. And you can look at TEDx probably and see this, my hack-up job here. But I'm going to invite you at the lunch break to complete this art action experience, adding your own color, pattern, and shape. And there's no mistakes. We just want to have fun with it, and just go out there and get rid of all the white. That's the only thing I tell my people, to get rid of the white. And I challenge you to imagine the possibilities. And thank you very much.